Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. One of our Annapolis police stories is also one of the most Annapolis stories I can recall in a good while. Really gave me a good chuckle, so I'll tell you what, let's get into it, shall we? The Annapolis police are on the lookout for a lobster thief. On Sunday morning at about 1:30 a.m., just before closing time, an unknown suspect purloined a large live lobster from the tank at Middleton Tavern. The police have no suspects at this point, and the lobster napper is still at large. Now tell me that's not an Annapolis story. Not so amusing of an Annapolis story. A man was assaulted on Main Street at about 10 minutes after the lobster was stolen. He was walking along Main Street when he was sucker punched in the face by an unknown suspect. By the time the police arrived, the suspect had fled the scene. The victim's injuries were not severe. The police also did confirm that there was a shooting in Eastport on Saturday evening, as we told you yesterday. No victims were located, and there does not appear to be any property damage. We still haven't heard about the Robinwood or Clay Street incidents from the police at this point. But it does look like communications between the Annapolis police and the community and media may be improving shortly. Annapolis Creative tweeted out yesterday that the APD had hired a civilian public information officer who was not a former law enforcement officer. We have heard nothing about this from the police department yet, and Annapolis Creative said she would not release any more information until after the police did. Hey, I've got a riddle for you. How can you tell our new governor, Wes Moore, is new to politics? The answer? By the sandwich he selected at Chicken Ruth's Deli. The Capitol was with him yesterday when the lieutenant governor and he picked out their sandwiches to be featured on the menu at Chicken Ruth's on Main Street, and the governor chose crab cake and waffles. And that is exactly how you know he is not a politician. No self-respecting politician would voluntarily allow the word waffle to be associated with his name. As for the LG, she chose something a little more simple, grilled cheese on rye with a pickle. The Annapolis Film Society and the Annapolis Film Festival is bringing in another one of the special screenings to Maryland Hall on February 8th. This time it is The Educational Divide, the story of Eastside High. It's the fairly recent story of two high schools in Cleveland, Mississippi, who had been court-ordered to consolidate because they were in violation of Brown versus the Board of Education. The story is about the community dealing with self-reflection about racism and moving forward in a new-to-them world. Tickets are on sale at AnnapolisFilmFestival.org. The film starts at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, February 8th. It is the end of the month, and I forgot to pester Ramshead on stage for more ticket giveaways. I promised to do that a little bit later on today, and we will have some for you next week. But do check out all the shows coming up at ramsheadonstage.com. I just saw that English Beat is going to be coming in, and they're going on sale on Friday. And that has the potential to be one of the best shows of the winter if they can behave. Podcast news. I hope you caught Saturday's Local Business Spotlight with Roman from Maryland Curiosity Lab. And tune in this Saturday with Ray Crosby from Crosby Marketing Communications. All right, that's a wrap. But first, a quick thank you to you for listening and sharing and letting your friends and colleagues all know about us, and to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, and Alpha Engineering. So now you need to hang tight because we have George Young from DCMDVA Weather standing by with your only locally forecast weather report. All that coming up in just a bit.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be, so you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, January 24th. Not a bad day yesterday for the Annapolis region, but today should be a bit nicer, ahead of more rain midweek before a nice stretch of weather Thursday through the weekend. Look for mostly sunny skies today with highs mid to upper 40s, though winds will likely still be a bit breezy from the west, ahead of more rain Wednesday with breezy east winds before skies clear Thursday, with PM highs 45 to 50 degrees. From there, it will be more sunshine Friday with chillier temps in the low to mid 40s, with the weekend then bringing temperatures near 50 degrees each day, with sunshine Saturday and increasing clouds on Sunday as we get into the final days of January 2023. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And don't forget to follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info. And definitely be sure to download the DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google App Stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.